Hi, this is Rima from Mass Effect Odyssey, and today we are tackling a community theory brought up to us by a community member. This is completely not ours, so today Ash and I are going to say hi, Ash.
Hi. Hello.
We are going to discuss a theory brought to us by a commenter in one of our videos. God, I keep saying this name wrong, and I forgot.
RK Rayan 100.
That's it.
Sorry, I'll say it slow. RK Rayan 100.
There we go. He kind of commented to us and said that he thought he could predict when Mass Effect Andromeda is going to release. So I did ask him to kind of give us some kind of like theory to why he thinks he knows the date. And he actually gave us quite a lot of information for us to actually go through. And then he also gave us his video that he's done on it as well. So we will link you the video in the description so you can actually go and see his video himself, because he's kind of gone into a lot more depth than we're going to go into. And this is based solely on his theory. We haven't actually, to be honest, added that much to it. We actually haven't added anything to it.
No, we just kind of looked at it, and this is more Rima's opinion on it than mine, but I do have some small opinion on it as well.
So yeah, this is basically our opinion on someone else's theory. So all credit to him. He's the one who's come up with it. He's the one who's done everything for us. So if you want to go and check out his video, it's in the description, and he does explain it for you, so you can go and have a look. So basically, he's predicting that Mass Effect Andromeda is going to be coming out on the 21st of November 2016, and he's kind of given us quite a few good reasons to kind of suggest why that's going to happen. So he did point out that all Mass Effect games and Dragon Age games have come out on Tuesdays so far, which I'll basically summarize what he said before we kind of go into all the points. So that's the first one. They've all been on Tuesday, so he said that he could maybe narrow all the days down to Tuesday release dates. I'm not really sure why Bioware would choose Tuesday. They love Tuesday. He also figured that October, November, and December would be a safe release schedule for them, mainly for the fact that games tend to sell better in the winter months. I'm not really sure why. It's also less likely to sell in December due to people probably running out of money by the time they get to that point, especially with game titles coming out in November and October. And 2016, we have a few game titles coming out in November and October, such as Halo and Tomb Raider, so it's quite likely that people might have spent their monies on that rather than be willing to be spending things on... Well, actually, no. Halo's coming out this year. What am I talking about?
It is October, yes.
You know, what's coming out next year in November? Stuff is coming out. I'm getting my year
games.
Stuff. Anyway,
games are coming out in November next year.
Yeah, Division. It'll be delayed that long.
True. Yes.
Also, Bioware likes to release on the third Tuesday of November, for example, 3 to 10 days before Black Friday, because they like the idea that the game is kind of there for a Black Friday sale, which also makes sense. He's also ruled out N7 Day, but he does think N7 is going to be quite crucial to the Mass Effect Andromeda release schedule of some way. And if anyone who doesn't know who N7 Day is, which I hope everyone does, it's
for
November
shame
the 7th.
If you don't.
So that's the way he worked out that it's going to be the 21st of November. As I said, I've skimmed through a lot of this. He spent a lot of time writing to us about this, so I apologize if we've kind of skimmed through it, but we only can limit the video down to a very short period of time. So
yes.
As I said, if you want to check out his full theory, go on to his video, but we kind of thought we'd just go over our thoughts on what we think, basically.
Yeah.
So going back to the first point, the games all releasing on the Tuesday. So it's true all the games were released on a Tuesday, which is kind of freaky unless they really planned it that way. I don't really know what their thinking is behind that, but 2 of the games were actually delayed from their original dates, which weren't Tuesdays, and that was Mass Effect 3 and Dragon Age Origins were both delayed, and then they happened to fall on a Tuesday on their next release date. So how on purpose a Tuesday release date is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't. Do you know when Star Wars Old Republic or Knights of the Old Republic were released? Because I don't know whether that factors in.
No, because I was stupid enough to buy a hard copy of Old Republic from my local Asda for about £9, and about 8 months later they went free to play anyway. So I lost my £9. But no, I don't know when that released.
So yeah. So apparently, if these games all released on a Tuesday, then that kind of does narrow it down. But I think it's kind of coincidental. It does seem a bit freaky that it's
yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's a bit odd.
I think that, like you're saying then, this is the thing, one of the things I was going to say about it, in like the big long post that you left on in the YouTube comments. Thank you for that. But he was saying like, yeah, they released on Tuesdays, but like 3 of them were delayed. 2 of them were like just not supposed to be on Tuesday anyway. They're supposed to be on different days entirely. So I tend to lean on the side of just being completely coincidental for that one.
Yeah. Well, I've just had a look up. So Star Wars Old Republic released on the 20th of December 2011, which was Tuesday. Its early access was also on my birthday, December 13th, 2011, and that was a Tuesday as well. So maybe there is a truth to this. Maybe it's something about they like Tuesdays.
Thank you, Bioware, for pooping all over my...
Okay, so I'll keep talking, and I'm going to find out when... I want to find out when Knights of the Old Republic was released, because I just want to kind of solidify this, and maybe look at Jade as well. But let's have a look after that. Okay, so he did narrow it down to October, November, and December. But we already know that it's going to be the holiday of 2016 according to the trailer. So I had a look up. Basing this on holiday of 2016 being... I guess being a US holiday, because I think people's like holiday 2016 is very American term. It's not very like British term. I don't think we call it holiday season.
It's awfully general. It's not very specific either. So you have to kind of be careful where's the way you place the term holiday in terms of your calendar, because it could mean over a few months, or just a month, or just a day, or it could be anything. So.
Yeah, so in America it's November. It's late November to early January. So his timescale kind of falls into that. That's fairly accurate.
There's an overlap, but it's a bit off. So, but there is an overlap.
But we did think that saying it's holiday 2016 includes January as well. I know it's 2016 January is not, it'll be January 2017, but it's still part of that holiday 2016 period.
Yeah.
So they may choose to completely miss out. They may completely decide to miss out December altogether and just go straight for January, or they could just have it at the end of November, as he's theorized. So
yes,
it still holds up. His theory is still holding strong at the moment. Black Friday, again, this is a relatively new thing in UK. It's kind of happened
like 2 or 3 years,
1 or 2 years
isn't
now.
it? It's really not that.
But I know Black Friday is huge in the US. It's also huge here now. People.
Oh yeah, I got my new TV from last year's one.
Well, did you punch someone in the face for that, or?
No, I reserved it the night before and went and collected it after I finished work. It was very easy.
If they are planning, I don't think Bioware are gonna. I think Bioware know this is an easy sale.
Yes.
It's like people releasing Fallout 4. I think they know it's an easy sale. I don't think they need to rely on Black Friday. If they are planning to release it before Black Friday, that's just good timing. But I think they know it's going to sell well. They have everyone who's played Mass Effect 1 to 3 on board, and they have anyone who plays Mass Effect 1 to 3 before this time. They've got a year and a half. So I think they know it's an easy sell. The game's going to sell really well.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be next year's E3 big game, I think, unless something else gets announced, unless Skyrim, like another Elder Scrolls, gets announced before then. I think that's going to be the next big thing in E3, so I think it's going to be an easy sell. So whether they kind of rely on like big sale weekends, I don't know. I don't think so, but we can't comment on that. And it not being on N7 Day, do we think Bioware are going to be cool enough to put on N7 Day?
See, yeah, for me, this is my perfect scenario. That is what I would like. I would like it on N7 Day.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Yeah, I think it would be cool for them to actually release it on N7 Day. I think that would be like a nice shout, because N7 Day is not. It never came out in like Mass Effect 1 era. It's very much late Mass Effect 3 era, was it not? That N7 Day became popular.
I think it was during development of Mass Effect 3, and it kind of came to a lot more fruition once the game released.
It's really like. It basically came to it became really popular after the game's finished.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cool for them to be like, hey, you know what? We recognize that this is a thing now, so let's just put it on there, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But I guess that doesn't. I don't know whether early November falls into a holiday season. So.
Again, it depends on your take of what the term holiday means. So.
Yeah. So lastly, he kind of also went over things like game cycles and development cycles and things like that. And like games being delayed, according to him, Mass Effect 3 was delayed because of the ending leak. Now, I don't know if this shows how terrible we are keeping an eye on things. We didn't realize there was a delay we didn't realize there was a leak of the ending. And
well,
we
I
went
knew
back
there
and
was
checked
some kind
and
of
stuff,
leak, but I had no idea it was anything to do with why the game was delayed. As far as I remember,
thought
there was
the delay was development.
Well, yeah, I just thought it was
issues.
because they just wanted to, like all game development companies do when they delay things, adding a bit of extra polish. Is the
But yeah,
general
if it was a leak, then it was a leak. But
yeah,
we actually, I think you're right as well. We think the game's gonna get delayed again. I don't think it's gonna come out in 2016. I think it's gonna be 2017. As much as I want it to be 2016, I think it's gonna do a Dragon Age. I think it's gonna delay itself until they think it's probably because it worked for them last time.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be ready for release in 2016.
I think, well, the only thing I can kind of take from all this is when I was doing research for a news video previously, I did find that they said that just as they were about to release the Citadel DLC for Mass Effect 3, they were already well underway in working on Mass Effect Andromeda. So it's been going for, at least 2 years in development already.
Some game cycles take 5 years.
But yeah, this is it. But if you look in the case of Dragon Age Inquisition, which is a game we both love, they took a full year delay, and they announced one delay, and they said, right, this is delayed until such a time as we think it's going to be ready. Then they got to that point, okay, and they went, okay, it's coming out on this date, and then it came out, absolutely fine.
Yeah,
it was a brilliant game, and I'm glad they took the extra year on that. And as much as it pains me to say it, that if Bioware were to go down that route with Mass Effect Andromeda, I wouldn't mind, because I'd rather them get the game right, especially when they're going down a whole new road, whole new storyline. I'd rather them get it right than rush it and then potentially shoot themselves in the foot later down the line and possibly scupper any more chances of more games in the future.
So that is the theory that's been put to us. It's 21st of November 2016. If it happens to be true, kudos to this guy for working out.
We'll give all credit if it is correct.
If it comes out, we are just basically sharing a theory that was passed on to us. So, but we're gonna wait and see. I think November time is a good timescale.
Yes.
I don't know whether they would release. I don't think they'd release in December at all. I don't think they'd want to release in December.
No.
I think marketing would be just suck if they have to do it in December. So, if it's gonna be November, it's gonna be January. If they're gonna do holiday 2016, and that's saying it's not delayed, which is still a very good chance. I guess we won't find out till E3 next year how far that game is, because even though we have not seen anything of this game so far.
No.
It's been 2 years now.
Yeah.
2 years since we know
all we
the
have
game
was
coming out.
all we have is a development thing from E3 last year and a trailer this year. Oh, and a few artwork.
Considering
pictures.
how much we've seen from things like Battlefront and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a bit worrying. So that's
and Battlefront's supposed to be coming out well after Mass Effect Andromeda, so...
Exactly, so it kind of feels like there's possibly going to be a delay in the future.
Yes.
So
that's our prediction. We predict a delay.
Yeah. We predicted a delay, but we never know. So that is a theory brought to us by... I can't say his name. So
RKRAM100.
Thank you very much for sharing us your thoughts in the comments. And as I said before, go and check out his video if you do want to have a better explanation of what his theory is,
more
because I think I
detailed
butchered it a little bit. Yes.
Version.
Tell us what you think about the theory in the comments below, and share this video to kind of help us out. And thank you very much for joining us, and we will definitely see you next time.